Welcome to today's video, right? Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you're not new. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment, and share with others, guys. We are growing the channel to 1K, and your help is very much appreciated. But today we are doing a review on
Champion. One for this.
Yeah, guys, so it is now the Monday after Keine weekend. I went to the Cape Town show, so we are gonna do the same breakdown that we usually always do. So we'll do costs first, then we'll do logistics, then we'll do the actual event, and then we'll do a full-on just a review of whether you should go or not. Let's get into it. Costs. Guys. I actually have a bone to pick with the specific organizers, the people who are organizing Keine. How is there like a 6th, 5th, 7th release for an event? Can we go back to the days where there was like a 1, 2, 3 release, like 3 releases for tickets, and then possibly like a final release at the end when they go to no man, like they're on tickets and people really want tickets, and they're like, okay, let's just do one more release. You know what I mean? Why were there 7 releases for tickets? Mind you, I think the first release started at like, I don't know if it was 500 or 750. I can't remember. But the final release ended at 2K for general access tickets. And there was actually a problem because when people were buying the tickets for Keine, especially with the Cape Town one, when people were buying tickets, people were, well, obviously everyone wanted to go, so there was a line. But like, no one got tickets. So people went online and they were complaining like, hey guys, like we're in the line all morning, and then when we get onto the website, it says all the tickets have been booked out, all the things have been booked out. So how many tickets were there per release? You know what I mean? Because obviously with every release, they up the price. So people are like, whoever got a ticket must come forward and say they got a ticket, because it seemed like no one had gotten a ticket, but releases were saying it was booked out and that those tickets are finished. But people started questioning like how many tickets were sold, like 10 per release, like what was happening? And then they had to come back on. Even the artists, like people, the Keine also sent out an email saying like, hey, we saw there was a problem. We're going to like do another release of tickets. And everyone was just like, yo, something shady is going on. And I agree. I agree, because how did you go from first phase to literally, I think it was like 5th phase of tickets? People were waiting in line since like the AMs to get a ticket, and you go online and it's booked out. So that means that everyone was forced to basically get like the higher price tickets. And unfortunately, I was also in that bracket that had to get the higher price tickets. So because I went with someone I know, and we both got tickets, but one ticket was 1.5, like 1,500 rand for one ticket. General access, mind you. Like, we're not talking anything fancy like a VIP standing, you know, general access, just to get into the event and be there. I actually have a bone to pick with these organizers, because this is not the first time I've seen something that's a bit off, and I'm like, these people, what are they doing? What are these people doing? But Jack, yeah, you cough it out because you want to see the artist.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That's the starting price on the ticket. That was already like super insane for me. And then obviously I'm not from Cape Town. Like, I didn't have to pay accommodation because I stayed with someone I knew. So I had to cover flights to Cape Town. I'll put in here how much I paid for my flight. I'm gonna be here for the whole month because it's holidays for me now. Yay! And then getting there, we used Uber. The Joburg event had park and ride, which I think is so cool. Uber there was about like 1 $150, and then the Uber back we scheduled it because the signal at the venue was Ostrich Farm, which is out of Cape Town. It's the same venue as Days in the Sun that I went to. It's out of Cape Town, so you have to drive quite a bit out. And the problem was that last time we were there and we wanted to leave, there was a problem with signal. And then you can't get your Uber, like you have to move around the area to kind of get signal. It's patchy, and so we didn't want to have all of that stress again, so we just scheduled an Uber. The scheduled Uber was about like 220 rand, which isn't too bad, you know what I mean, considering that we're going outside of Cape Town. And then there's obviously drinks. I was actually quite surprised with the selection of drinks. They didn't have a wide range of they just had Heineken. Okay, the beers I didn't really pay much attention to, to be honest, but they had Heineken because Heineken sponsored the whole event. The ciders was just Banini, so it was Banini Blush, Banini Mimosa, and the normal Banini. That was it. No Savannah, no Brutal Fruit, just Bernini. And water was 40 bucks. Yeah, water was 40 bucks for a bottle. The cost breakdown, I would say, for everything, kind of a rough idea for the cost breakdown. Logistics. So it's not too bad, honestly, in terms of logistics. If you could park, there was general parking and there was VIP parking. So there was parking available if you wanted to drive there. But same situation, Ostrich Farm, like you need to have like a car that's a bit up. You need to have an SUV. You can't really have a very low car because it's gravel and yeah, it's dust. Just the exact, like if you want to feel the situation of what I'm talking about, just go to the Days in the Sun video. I'm gonna put it up here. Just click onto that and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying when I say like the logistics. It's obviously Uber, which what we opted for, and it's quite nice because like they kind of like, how do I explain this? But there's like a route that the Ubers go for pick up and drop off. Then there's a route that you'll go if you're gonna go park in general parking, and then there's a route that you'll go if you're gonna go park in VIP parking.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga!
So it was kind of very organized in terms of like things were flowing. Like as much as there was a line, there wasn't really, I couldn't really say there was like traffic because it was flowing, you know what I mean? We weren't standing still for very long. So that was nice. It wasn't too much of a hassle to get there. Also, we got there around 5:30. That's when we got there. Because Keine was going on at 7. Their set was a 5-hour set. So it was from 7 until 12. I'll put in like a picture of the set times over here. Yeah. That was kind of, so we didn't want to get there too late because I don't want there to be so much traffic and then you're like missing a part of the set, and it's like all could have been avoided by just leaving earlier. But we also had to walk out the venue to go to our Uber. Yeah. Now that it's coming back to me, leaving was a bit like, we had to walk a good 5Ks to our Uber because obviously everyone now wants to go home, and because the main act is done, the lineup wasn't really that strong compared to the Joburg lineup. Like the lineup was really, it was giving no one was available, so they had to just like patch nyana, but like just get whoever they can and just quickly put them in there because wow, even though we only saw the person just before Keine, so the curtain opener. And I really wasn't vibing with his set, guys. It was giving very techie, and I'm not a techno girl. Like, let's not do this. Like, no. So I was kind of just in the crowd just to keep my spot for when Keine comes on. He didn't even leave at the end of it. We just left after Keine. And there was like a very long line of Ubers just waiting to come in, waiting to exit. So then we just decided, it's fine, we'll just walk to our Uber because our Uber was already on the road. Like, what is it called? The N2, N3, something. But they were like on the national road. But yeah, that was kind of like the logistics of the event. Now the event itself. So you got general access tickets. Yeah, this is also the same venue as Black Coffee Weekender. So Ostrich Farm is the same venue as Days in the Sun and same venue as Black Coffee Weekender. I'll put a video up for Black Coffee Weekender probably like as we go along, maybe even next year, just to give you guys like a general impression, general idea of the event. For that one, we got VIP standing, and it was exactly the same setup for Keine. So VIP standings on the it's like, I wouldn't say it's a good VIP standing because you're quite far from the stage, number one. Number two, you don't even have like a view like this. Like, you're kind of looking at the stage from this view. And that's if you come like straight like onto like the boundary basically, then you at least will be able to see this. But there's still like general access people here, so it's also not even like a very clear view kind of vibe. General bar, there were 2 toilet points, which I was so thankful for. So there was one just as you enter, which obviously everyone would go to because it's the first toilets that you see. But there was actually another one at the end, at the back, which was also open. Also, it was windy, but me, I know Cape Town. We literally got there and we felt like the wind was gonna get like really hectic. So we just got our drinks. I went to the bathroom, I changed, and then we went into the crowd to kind of like also stay warm. So we didn't see the first person. There was 3 kind of supporting acts and we didn't see the first person. The second person was the one with the techie kind of set, which I really didn't enjoy. And then it was Keine's set. I feel like I would give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good set. They played Boom, by the way. And I was like, oh,
I get to the link, get
they just didn't play all of their songs. There were a couple of songs that they're quite famous for that they didn't play, which was kind of like a bummer, and I think that's why I'm not gonna give them the full 10. You're sensational. Like, you're sensational. The minute you touch a deck, like, it's done. Like, it's over. Also, guys, Cape Town. I'm just gonna say my thing, guys. Like, you guys don't have crowd etiquette. Zero crowd etiquette. Guys, this is not the first time I've gone to an event in Cape Town where this has happened, but the previous time was it's at a specific venue, and that venue is a very famous venue in Cape Town where a lot of events happen, and it's kind of like a restaurant, kind of like a vibe during the day, but it still hosts events in the evening. There were like a lot of kids. And the thing is, like, you know, someone can be young but not look it. Like, these people were like I can definitely see that you wrote exams, Koskolo. Like, I can see that you still have like 9 subjects, bro. I can see you've never touched a campus. Like, but these ones you can see, like, dude, you're 16 and under. Like, you're not even touching 18. Like, you're not even like how da. And it's usually these kids that are causing the problems in the crowds. Like, I want to say it, but there's space for one person here. You ask, ne? Sharp, I say, cool. You bring 6 of your friends to the spot. If a language one. For me, it really affects the experience. It truly affects the experience. And guys, I only paid these exorbitant amounts of money for the experience. I think the highlight for me, there was this one song that I really wanted Kim to play because I'd listened to their previous sets before and they were playing the song. And they played the song. It was such a beautiful moment for me, guys. But yeah, we did get a nice spot. It wasn't too much in the front because I know once you get to the front, people started like elbowing you and like hitting your kidneys and all. Yo, guys, the people who kept on are violent in the crowd. For the spot, dude, they'll fight you for it. Like, but once, like, did as. We already knew that overall that was going to be the vibe. So we kind of stood kind of back. But yeah, let me run some clips for y'all to see how the event was, because honestly it wasn't too bad. It was just like a few things here and there that were a bit like not the vibe, but let's run it back. It really was a jump. I had spoken to someone who had gone to the previous Keine, because this is not the first time that Keine has come to South Africa. They also came like 2 years ago, and they did the same thing of like one set in Joburg, one set in Cape Town. The person was telling me about how like, no, they felt like the previous set was a bit better than, well, the one that was 2 years ago was a bit better than the one this set, because they felt like 2 years ago they were more doing like their sound, like Keine sound, and they felt like the sound that they were doing this time around was just more commercial. Just, I think next time maybe I must just try to prioritize going to the Johannesburg set, even though actually Joburg got, I think it was an hour less. Yeah, Joburg got a 4-hour set, whereas Cape Town got a 5-hour set. But maybe it's because also the Joburg people had a way better lineup. Like a way better lineup. Like Joburg's lineup, Cape Town's lineup. I think you'd still enjoy, even though it was a 1 hour, like there was 1 hour less of a set of Keine. That means it was like more time for another artist that's still really good. So yeah, whether you should go or not, the prices were incredibly steep. But 1,500 rand. Price went from 350 to 1,500 rand for general, babes. And that whole shandies that went down with the tickets, that whole suspicious business, that was not on. Obviously, if you love the artist, you'll go for the artist, and I love Keine, so I went for the artist. You know what I mean? Like, it was, for me, it was like a no-brainer type of vibe. But maybe for someone who really isn't into that artist like that, I wouldn't say you should go, because one, the prices are really steep. Two, if you're coming to the Cape Town show, like, those little things could be the thing that kind of tips over your entire experience. Because for me, I'm used to it. It's not my first time being exposed to it, so I kind of know what to expect. But when I first was, you know, confronted with it, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, this cannot be what's happening. Like, kanjani. Take it everything with a pinch of salt. But if you're not willing to do that, I definitely don't recommend that you do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah. Keine by themselves, 8 out of 10. The entire event from start to finish, getting tickets, all that stuff, I would give that a 6 out of 10. I'm just really hoping that if they do come back to South Africa, that they maybe just like look at a different organizer. This is not the first time I'm going to an event with this organizer and I'm having the same issues. But this one, oh, I feel like the vibe was lacking. Because, like, what do you mean Keine's paying Gom and like half of the crowd is not dancing. Food for thought. Thank you for coming along. I hope you guys enjoyed today's YouTube video, and I will be seeing you guys next week Sunday. You know the time, you know the vibe, you know what to do. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. I will be here ready. Remember to subscribe, like, comment and share so we can grow the channel. Good job. Have a lovely Sunday further and an amazing week, and I will catch you all next week.